Yeah, I can.
Can you see me?
Of course,
John,
yes.
sorry, help me press X so that the
It's
screen will be
working. It's
bigger for
working.
you
It's
so we
working.
can see him well. Then when he's done
It's
telling his
working.
story, I'll bring him back.
Okay.
No be
Okay.
you be
Good
this.
evening.
Good evening.
Now me, now not be the same dress.
No,
Not be the same
now.
dress.
Person wear white shirt.
So not be me. No, I say Enugu Air, not this video. Enugu Air saga,
I'm
not
never
this
seen the
video,
Enugu
sir.
saga.
It happened on 2nd September. Wait, let me bring out the video. It happened on 2nd September. On 2nd September in Enugu Air.
Show me the
Wait,
video.
let me show you the video, sir. Um, wait just a minute, please.
Because we they find this particular guy.
No, my only issue is Enugu Air.
So now you be Kwan
Just a
4
minute,
with that.
please. Yes, my only issue is with Enugu Air. Enugu Air. um, where are these videos? See, I'm now.
Ah.
I don't know if it is. You don't see. Is it clear?
Now you the bundle like this.
Of course, I'm the one. We tell you, it happened on 4th of September, this 2nd September.
Send me the video to my WhatsApp.
I go send them. No wahala.
Send them to my WhatsApp. Let me play it from my own phone.
No problem. I will send it right away. I'm sending it now.
All right.
I'm sending it now.
So, what really happened?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. Because if I go into details, 1 hour will not be enough. You understand? It happened on
Where are you?
September
You are in Dubai.
2nd. Of course, I'm in Dubai.
Okay.
I'm in Dubai. It happened on September 2nd. Is it 2nd or 4th?
Okay, guys,
2nd.
wait, hold on a second. I want to play the video. Okay, so sorry, it's I just need to turn off the Bluetooth because it's plugged to my headpiece. So guys, here's the video. Who is that person that pushed your hand?
All those guys are from airport security under FAN, and some of them, the manager of Enugu Air was there. The manager of Enugu Air was there, and all of them, you can see them wearing FAN jackets. You understand?
Yes.
They say they are from airport security, but what I saw in their jacket is FAN.
Okay, so what really happened?
Well, let me first of all introduce myself for the audience to let me. I'm the Lord Trumpet, and the guy that blows trumpets with his mouth alone. I use my mouth to blow the trumpet, and
Let
that's
me
all.
hear you.
this is just a demo anyway. That's my talent. Let's keep it aside. Let's go straight to the question. So
Mm.
on that fateful day, I entered the flight, and the announcement was made for electronic devices to be switched off, of which I did alongside with others, I presume.
Mm.
But the air hostess never believed me that I'm speaking the truth. So she came back and asked me if I switched off my phone. I told her yes. The, the flight was already on the runway, and she rushed and made a call. Of course, the flight turned back. And when it turned back, those guys came and
Did you argue with
bundled me
her?
down. Not at all. No verbal confrontation. Every discussion with her was in a very calm manner. No, she didn't even ask me to bring my phone for her to see. I was going to Lagos, you understand? And this thing happened between the hours of 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock. I was supposed to arrive Lagos 10 a.m. in the morning. But because of this issue, of course, it was another day I arrived Lagos. By road, both my money for flights and everything just went, no compensation. And I wasn't able to take any other flight because I was rushing to come back to this. So that I don't miss my other flights from Lagos. You understand? So that's just what happened. I complained, but nothing happened, and that was it. They really tortured me. Those airport security guys, they beat the hell out of me inside their office. They handcuffed me. They took me to police
For
station in the
what?
airport. Because of this thing I just told you right now. Not that's
Now,
all.
how did the air hostess know that you did not switch off your phone?
Not she never asked me to bring out my phone for her to see. I didn't mean she did so. Of course, I'll submit my phone to her. Nothing. No verbal
So how did she
confrontation.
now? How did she assume that your phone was on?
I don't know. She never believed me. You understand me? She never believed me. So when she rushed and make the phone
Okay,
and make
play
the
this out. Let's imagine we are on the flight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're
yes.
about to start to taxi. Please switch off your phones. What now happened after
Mhm.
that?
Well, look at the scenario. We were inside the flight. You understand? Announcement was made for all electronic devices to be switched off, of which I did mine. You understand? She asked me if I switched off my phone. I said yes. You understand me? Now, a lady sitting beside me now intruded and said, "Hope you are sure." You understand me? That side talk triggered a lot of mistrust, triggered a lot of suspicion. You understand me? And she now rushed and made a phone call. When the flight was already on the wrong way, flight was almost taking off on the air when the pilots turned back. You understand me? People were now asking me to go and apologize, blah blah blah.
Can we see the face of
That's
this air
not.
hostess? Can we see the face of this air hostess?
Unfortunately, unfortunately, um I'm using the same phone. You understand me?
Okay,
To make
but
video,
did you
maybe
take a picture of her?
of course. When I entered the flight, I made some videos. You understand me? I made some videos, but immediately announcement was made to switch off phone. Of course, I stopped and switched off my phone. You understand me? So,
So you said you were
so that's
tortured.
just,
I want us to talk about that part. You said you were
yeah.
tortured.
I was tortured. I was tortured inside the office of FAN. When this thing happened, and they were dragging me
Fan, we
out.
want to hear from you. An accusation,
When
an
when it
allegation has been made against you. I don't. If somebody did not answer, if somebody did not switch off his phone, does that mean you are going to torture the person?
I was tortured, I fell down inside the office. They beat the hell out of me. I was one against like 5 6 guys.
Were you trying to
Of
fight
course,
them?
how would I fight more than about 5 6 guys? How possible? The video you watch right now, they bundled me out of the flights. So when we entered their office, nobody was there to rescue me. They now punched on me. I fell down. They handcuffed me, told me to sit on the floor. After a while, I told you don't need to write statement. I told them I can't write statement with handcuffs. I told, of course, they removed the handcuff. I told them, please let me lie on the ground and rest because at that point I wasn't getting myself again. You understand me? So after a while, they helped me. They were the ones that dragged me up from the ground for me to sit down because I wasn't getting myself. Then I was able to write statements. Found other people involved wrote their
I
own
think
statements.
this air hostess thing is getting a little bit out of hand at this stage. This was after Kwam 1, right?
Yeah, this thing happened, I think, 2nd September.
So this is after that girl that we saw.
Oh, yes, with him on air. Yeah.
This happened after Kwam 1.
Yes.
I think this switch off your phone on local airlines, I think it has gotten to a head now. I don't have a problem with an airline deplaning you. Which one is handcuffed?
These guys beat hell out of me. They beat the hell out of me inside their office, honestly. No evidence to prove this because they even took my phone. When I wanted to record them, when I wanted to switch on my phone to record them, they took my 2 phones. They tore my belt. I was almost naked. What's the video I gave to you? They tore my belt. My trouser was pulling down. It was at the police station that the woman police told the male police officer to use waterproof to help me tie my waist when they released me from police station. In the police station within Enugu airport. You understand? So it's a whole lot of embarrassment, but I don't know. The money gone, the flight's gone. I had to use by road from Enugu to Lagos. Night bus. The bus spoiled twice. From Benin to Lagos, I used Gongoro to continue my journey. I entered Gongoro from Benin 2:30 a.m. That's the following night to Lagos because my target was not to miss my flights to base. It's a long story. I came back to base. I spent 5 days in the hospital. I almost died. And what made me to come back to Nigeria is because of my mother's death. My mother passed on. I came for her burial. I didn't see my mother for 6 years. My mother passed on. I said I cannot be outside and they bury my mother. It can't happen. I must come back and witness the burial. My mother passed on. I came back for the burial, and when it's a long story. I'm just trying to make it concise. I spent 5 days in the hospital. I almost passed on, but thank God, I'm alive. Every evidence, I have every video evidence of what transpired later.
Wow.
So that's just it.
Wow. Fan, want to hear your side? On Daddy Freeze Live, we listen, we do not judge. We want to hear your side. I want to hear your side as soon as possible. It makes absolutely no sense for somebody to be tortured. Did you prove that his phone was on? We need to hear. Fan people, we need to hear. It don't turn the third time now. Okay, let's leave Kwam 1. Kwam 1's case was different. Please, is this how they bundle people in America?
Honestly, this is it's so
Please,
disheartening.
Americans, if they say switch off your phone and you don't switch off your phone, is this how they beat you people? Bongoli was there typing obey the law. If you disobey the law in America, is this how they torture you?
Please, it's so disheartening, honestly.
Now, do you have a hospital report? The hospital you were in for 5 days. Do you have a doctor's report for it?
Of course, I do. Of course, I do. I have my medical history here in Dubai. I was in hospital for 5 days. I have all documents. I have even the hospital bill. For 5 days, I knew how much the bill was. Of which, if you cover the money in naira, it runs in millions. You understand? And the bill has not been paid. So it's so disheartening. But what can I say? I'm a law-abiding citizen of Nigeria. I have lived here for 6 years. I represent Nigeria very well here in Dubai. Honestly, what I do with my talents, I sing the national anthem of 6 countries, including UAE. The government of UAE knows me, and they know me, and I know them. You understand? Anyway. No need to say much, but that's just it. That's just it.
Wow. 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 Now, have you filed a lawsuit? Have you spoken to your lawyer? Do you have legal representation in this?
Well, yes, I have a legal representation, and he's doing something about it. You
Okay.
understand? He's doing something about it. He's doing something about
Okay.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me bring John. John has some questions that he wants to ask. John,
Okay,
send
no
your
problem.
request.
Okay, no problem.
Uh-huh. No. We need to hear from Fan. We need to hear from Enugu Air. Because I don't understand how switch off your phone turn to handcuff. You throw him off the plane, you throw him off the plane. What if his phone... Did they check at any point to see if your phones were off or on?
Not at all. The air hostess never asked me to bring my phone. Never. The airport security guys that
What
came to
about people
bundle me
on the
out.
flight? Is there anybody that can corroborate your story?
Of course, it was inside the flight. I never knew anybody. Nobody knows me there. You understand me? The security guys that bonded me, the people from FAN that bonded me out of the flight, when they came, look at the approach they used. I should follow them. You understand me? They told me to follow them. I was now asking them, what about my luggage? What happens to my flight? How do I
Where is
continue my
your
journey to
luggage?
Lagos?
What happened to your luggage?
After the long argument and the whole stuff, they brought it down. They brought
Okay,
I
so you
saw
are
my
going to
luggage
fly
inside there.
to Lagos with your luggage before.
Of course, my hand luggage was with me inside the aircraft. My main luggage. Of course, there's a place they put it. I don't know. You understand me?
Did you
So
try
I
to
was asking
toast the
them.
air hostess? Or what could have happened? Is there anything that could have
The
suggested the
air
reason
hostess,
why she decided?
nothing. The air hostess never asked me to bring my phone. You understand me? I don't know the lady before. I presume she may not know me. You understand me? There was no proper confrontation. We didn't raise voice at each other. You understand me? We never raised voice at each other. Nothing of such happened. She rushed and made a call. And when those guys came and boarded me, I was asking them, what happened to my luggage? Are you telling me to follow you to where? How do I continue my journey? This was my 2 arguments with them. And they now boarded me out of the flight. They tore my belt. I was struggling with my trousers. I was struggling with whatever in my wallet, in my pocket, so that I don't lose my wallet. Because inside my wallet, of course, valuable things are there. When they were recording me, I brought out my phone to switch it on to record them. They seized my phone. It was after writing statement and when they were taking me to police. No, it was when police released me that I was giving my phone back. You understand me? It was when police released me. After the whole session in their office, they called police and they took me to police station. After when police released me, they now gave me my phone back. You understand me? So it's something that it was a very big embarrassment. I was humiliated. People have been asking me what happened, what happened, what happened, and I was grossly humiliated. Honestly.
John, you wanted to say a few things.
So, bros, sorry for what happened to you, but
Okay.
looking at the video, I saw where even passengers in the plane were blaming you for
That's
what happened. Huh? I,
Yes.
I, I don't know why they were, but regardless, if they actually handcuffed you and hit you, They don't have any reason to have done that because I don't. It's called. There's a legal term used to define it as in giving someone a very serious punishment for a very minor, for a very little crime. You've subdued the person, you've taken the person, you've
Mm.
disembarked the person up the plane. So what's the point hitting the person? And such recklessness and rascality is very, very um is seen in Nigerian airports, and I wouldn't doubt you because all I see is a bunch of people who can't fly airplanes and are envious of people who fly airplanes, and I think we
Yeah.
really need to start betting the kind of animals we let into the civil service because I don't see any reason. You've
Yeah.
subdued the person. You subdued the person. You're taking the person off the plane. In fact, I don't even think those airport security have the right to touch anybody. When they ask you to leave and you refuse to leave, then they should invite the police to come and do their job. There are police personnel in that
Mm-hmm.
airport. There are naval personnel in that airport. They are the only ones who have the right to make an arrest. So I really don't understand how people decide to physically assault people, and some people say that you did not obey the law. Even if you did not obey the law, you don't have the right to assault him.
Hmm.
Even if you did not obey the law, you have the right to assault him. What you have the right to do is to arrest him, not assault him for not obeying the law.
It's true.
And I don't know what transpired between you and the air hostess, but if your phone wasn't turned off, you would have just turned it off to avoid all the unnecessary altercations. But regardless, whether you turned on your phone or you didn't turn off your phone, they don't have the right to treat you in such a manner. And maybe you don't know. You shouldn't have asked them of your luggage because once they take you off the plane, they definitely have to take your luggage off. They would never let a luggage fly without the passenger who owns it. So I understand you
So,
did not know and you wanted to know the whereabouts of your luggage, but
uh, sorry, can I come
arguing
in?
with them,
Can I,
arguing with them is another thing that you did wrong. They are they are government personnel. At that point in time they represent the Minister of Aviation. You would have just obeyed the instructions and let go. I know that
yeah, but
we have a very useless set of people in government. I'm not scared of saying it because when such a thing happen, the government should the Ministry of Aviation needs to investigate it thoroughly and know what the problem is. Because everybody who flies in the air are their customers. They are their primary customers. They are the reason. In fact, if it wasn't that we live in a very foolish country, the Ministry of Aviation should not get any funding from the federal government. They should survive from whatever they make from those customers. Then everybody who works there will realize that the people who pay their salaries are those customers and treat them with dignity and respect.
well, my brother, you really said well, but my look at where my suspicion came from that made me to keep uh, insisting on those two things. When they approached me, they never showed me their ID card to identify who they are. Because you know this tag that they normally wear showing their ID card, they covered it. They covered it and the back of the ID card is showing. Normally, if you are wearing a card showing your ID card, your details should be visible to anybody that approaches you. You understand me? But they cover that aspect. They are showing the back of the ID card. I never knew who they are. So, and I'm very, very security conscious of what happened to my luggage in case someone puts in something incriminating inside my bag. So that was why I insisted that they should give me my bag. I should have it. I should know. My luggage should be within my presence whenever anything is happening because I know I'm already inside the airport. You understand me? So that was if they had told me who they are, showed me their ID cards. You understand? I only saw people wearing just vest, fan,
Yeah.
and what I was hearing that from airport security. They never showed me their ID card to identify who they are. You understand me?
Hmm.
And that was all. You understand? That was all.
So I agree with you 100% because even people who fly, even people who did not do anything in the airport, there have been reports of airport security, those airport personnel planting things in their luggage. So you're right. You're 100% right. Trying to secure luggage. There have been reports of airport personnel planting something in, allegedly planting something in someone's luggage that the guy even caught him while he was planting it and gave him some bloody slaps in the airport and made a scene from it. So you did
Of course.
well, and if that's your reason, you're perfectly in order. You're perfectly in order because we we operate a system of miscreants, and I don't blame them when the only way you vet them to employ them into the Nigerian civil services, who they know, which letter they brought, who signed at the back of the letter. What do you expect? If not, I don't see any reason why any human being would treat any human being, any man with such a dishonor. You can, sir, please, can you step off the plane? Or even if the air hostess calls you, come first, ask the air hostess, what did this man do? On what ground should I ask this man to leave the plane? And the air hostess tells her, if the man refuses to obey, follow my instructions. And you're like, what instruction is that? And what instruction is that? Ask him to turn off his phone.
Mm.
If I was the airport security, I'll look at the man and tell him, sir, please can you now turn off your phone? If the man obeys, the flight should continue. If the man obeys, the flight should continue.
Your explanation is what they could have done, but they came with the mindset of violence. You understand me?
Yes,
They came
yes.
with the
And you know why they always come with that
mindset of
mindset of
violence.
violence? You know why they come with that mindset of violence? You see that your flight ticket is their multi salary, is
Yes,
their 2 month salary. So they are angry that you can fly and they cannot fly. That your flight ticket is their 2 month salary.
of course.
That thing is beef, pure beef, beef. Nothing There's nothing you tell me on earth, pure beef. Because we're human beings. People make mistakes. People
Yeah,
make goddamn mistakes. Everywhere in the world, people make mistakes. That is why in the US, a policeman stops you. You have violated a traffic offense. He sees you as a first offender and gives you a warning and tell you this thing you did is wrong. Please don't do it again. It's your first time, and
of
that's
course.
it.
But what baffles me is that the air hostess, we never had any verbal confrontation. We never raised voice at each other. The conversation between I and her was in a very calm manner. You understand me? And the flight was already on the wrong way, about to take off on the air. When this whole thing started, she rushed and made a call. You understand me? And even when the police guys released me from the station, I came back to the airport to know how my fate. I met the Enugu air manager. He told me that nothing will be done about it. That in short, that the airline is even making plans to ban me from using their airline again. But they are considering maybe they will subpedal. And I asked him, how do I continue my journey? I showed him the ticket, everything. Told me that this ticket is already used, that nothing can be done about it. Now, what happened? Now, what step will I now take? Within the airport, I checked all the airlines to know the next available flight. Unfortunately, there was no next available flight. My head was running helter skelter, helter skelter. I was taking the time for my flight the following day back to base. If I would miss that flight, it would be a disaster. I didn't know what to do. Of course, I had to take
Coming.
keke. I had to take keke from outside the airport premises because I carried my luggage from the airport
Please get bring
outside,
them in for check.
like 10-15 minutes journey.
Bring them up, sanitize and bring
If you
them.
know Enugu airport very well, I had to walk from there straight up to outside towards that Air Force base axis. And I took keke from there to Enugu. I was thinking, do I go back home? I said no. How will I start going home and meet my elderly father, whom I've already prayed for me that I'm traveling to Lagos? It will be he will not find it funny that his son came back. His son that could have told him that he had arrived Lagos came back home with his luggage. No, I said no. I have to take a girl from there to Holy Ghost. Unfortunately, that day was Monday, and this it's like this sit at home stuff is affecting those luxury buses. You understand me? It was one company that I saw that was going to Lagos. I looked at that luxury bus. The bus wasn't 100% okay for me. This is my first time of entering night bus to Lagos in my life. The first time, but I took
Oh.
that risk. I
Bro,
paid, and the bus.
if you're saying that all not even that else, I think you should press charges. I should you sue in join the Minister of Aviation in the suit. Join the operators of that airport to the suit. Simple.
It's
Sue Enugu
excessive.
Air, join the Minister of Aviation to that suit, and join the people operating that airport to the
I
suit.
don't see how
Because
it involves the Minister of Aviation. I think it's more of
it
FAM.
involves the minister. It involves the Minister of Aviation. Every aviation that freeze. You see, when this thing you just said is one of the major problems with Nigeria. When a commissioner of police or inspector general of police to say that it's these boys that are doing it. As the inspector general of police, you are responsible for every man who wears a police uniform in Nigeria. Anyone that fails, you are. As the minister of Aviation, you are responsible for the action every in the airport. Even the cleaner and the toilet in the airport, you're responsible for that person. If that person fails, you have failed. If that person
I,
fails, you have
I
failed.
understand you. I understand you, but for now, I think the parties directly involved are the airline and the
So that,
airport
brother,
security
Okay?
guys.
Okay?
You understand me?
The airport
Yeah.
security guys, if you sue them,
it's horrible.
huh? If you're
Mm-hmm.
into the conversation, they can't pay. I don't know the lawyer you're using. I don't know the lawyer you're using. But you're suing the wrong
Give it
people.
to somebody.
You add add the Minister of Aviation to the suit. What is your business with the airport security guys? What's your business with him? It's the fault of the Minister of Aviation that he did not employ the right people with the right mindset. Give them the right training to de-escalate such situation properly without assaulting the passenger. It's his problem. I'm not the one that will do his job for him now. No, am I? Why? Did they
Yeah.
give me Prado? Did they give me bulletproof Prado? It's people that they give bulletproof Prado that will do their job. So he should do his job. So if he doesn't do his job, you add him to the suit. Let him come and tell the honorable court why he did not employ the people with the right mindset or train them properly.
Okay.
I don't know why we always try to.
Because you see, if you make it look like you want to start a legal tussle with the Minister of Aviation, at the end of the
Yes.
day, the case will what you end up doing is muddying the waters. So the case will have no
I
merit in
think
Nigeria.
Like, like
I
freeze.
think
Like
the
freeze.
direct
The case will
the
have no
direct actors
merit.
in this matter.
The case will have no merit if you're suing, if you're filing a lawsuit against the individuals. Airport security. Like seriously. That dude,
Enugu Air,
eh, Enugu Air
it will have
is
merit.
one. Enugu Air is just one. Okay. Why do you say Enugu Air? Is it Enugu Air that we and them have problem? Why did you not sue the air
Okay.
hostess? Why you sue Enugu
Well,
Air? Then when it comes to Minister of Aviation, you jump him and sue the airport security.
well, to
So
me, I think the direct actors in this
What did your
thing.
lawyer advise you, brother?
eh, Well, my lawyer advised me that he will write a letter to
he hasn't
Enugu
sued
Air
yet. If
and
your lawyer
also
sues you, you add the Minister of Aviation. It's simple.
and, and also
You
to
add the
farm.
Minister.
You understand me? Asking them, as in trying to get their own side of the story. These are the steps you want to take. You understand me? Trying to
Why
get
not their own
their
side
side
of
of the
his
story.
story? Yeah, is he being briefed by them or briefed by you? The only side of the story he knows is your briefing as your lawyer. Where do people get these things that you call lawyers? The only side of the story he knows is your brief.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only side of the story he believes. Your brief. That's why he's representing you. If he's trying to ask them for their own side of the story, then he's not holding a brief for you now. Why? Like seriously. He should
Okay.
write them a letter demanding that they pay you compensation for one, assaulting you, two, putting your life in harm's way, traveling in roads that have not been maintained properly, security have not been provided on those roads at nights, causing you emotional and traumatic breakdown that you still suffer till tomorrow. I don't know what. I don't know what do you mean by you're writing them letter to ask them what? State your demands. They can't meet it, then you
Okay.
proceed. They can't meet it, then you proceed. It won't be an easy fight, oh, but you will fight. Of course, you fight now. You
Of course.
fight.
Of
There
course.
might be where you're fighting and powers will change hands, and genuine people will come into the judiciary.
Okay.
Now,
So,
here's what I want to say. My dear brother,
Yes.
if truly you were tortured
Yeah.
and you have told us your side of the story, there's one part of this
Yes.
that I don't understand, though. And this is,
Mm-hmm.
if you watch the video, a
Yes.
passenger was helping, you were holding on to the door of the plane, and a passenger reached out and removed your hand from the door of the plane.
Yes.
Could it be that you saw things differently? Watch this. Watch the video. Watch the video. Watch the video. Look at that. Look at that. You can see his hand is holding. Now, the
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
that reached
Was
out
removing.
to remove your hand
Well.
seems to be a passenger on the plane.
Well. To be honest with you,
like I
eh?
told him earlier, you,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like I told you
Yeah.
earlier, you were
Mm-hmm.
wrong to have argued disembarking that plane. You'd have just left the plane with them. You were wrong. Now, that is about the passenger who removed his hands. Nigerians are terrible human beings. Nigerians are animals. Nigerians are pigs. That man might have removed his hands because he wants him to remove his hand, let him play and go, let him go about his business. Why did he waste his time? This
Well,
is how the mindset of
let me.
Nigerians are. Nigerians got to understand that injustice to one is injustice to all. They only care when it affects them. That hand being removed then now. Make this man, make they do carry this man come out. Make this plane go carry me, go Lagos, make I go meet Amaka where they wait for me for airport. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
apparently, that removal of hand might just be for his selfish reasons. I heard him say when this was happening, what did I do? That was what he was speaking in Igbo. Gini can marry, Gini can marry. He was asking them, what did I do? Of
Yes.
course, a customer who has paid for a service and is about to get that service, and you can't come and tell him that you cannot get that service. Of course, he should be asking you, what did I do now that you're depriving me of the service I paid for?
Well,
Let's stop
let me
supporting
be honest with
injustice,
us here.
because tomorrow it will be our fault. It will be our,
Mm-hmm.
it will be
Let me
our fault.
let me be honest with us here. When this thing happened, when the air hostess asked me, "Have you switched off your phone?" and the lady sitting close to me now said, "If you are sure, hope you are sure." You understand me? That question caused a lot of uh, mistrust and uproar within the passengers. You understand me? Now the air hostess rushed and made a call. Remember that the plane was already on runway, about to take off on the air. You understand me? So within that space of time, the air hostess was making a call, and the plane was turning back. All the passengers were telling me I should go and apologize. I'm being honest with us here. You understand me? They were telling me, go and apologize, blah, blah, blah. I told them,
Go
apologize
and
for what?
apologize for what?
I've,
What did you do?
what have I done? This lady didn't ask me to bring my phone. If the air hostess told you to bring my phone, let me see. Of course, I'll give it to her. Apologize to who?
Now,
Apologize for
could
what?
it be? Let me play devil's
In short,
advocate here.
when the flight stopped, when the airplane stopped, I had to remove my seat belt and rush to the door. It was those airport security guys. They met me at the door because the pressure was much. I had to remove
I'm
my
not.
seat belt,
Use
rush
your
to the
story.
door.
No add up at this point. How did it get to a point? Because I remember the girl
Mm-hmm.
on Ibom Air.
Mm-hmm.
It was the passengers that went to the TV station to tell the story that it be like say they want to cheat this girl. So how come the
Mm-hmm.
passengers on your own flight had an issue
Mm-hmm.
with you?
That is what I'm telling you. The lady sitting close to me made a statement. If you are sure, hope you are sure that you switch off your phone. And
That
that
only for
makes
sure cannot be the beginning
That
and the
refuse.
end of this problem.
That refuse. That refuse. That refuse. When you're approaching
wait.
this kind of issues, wait, bro, no, bro, wait. I feel when you're approaching this kind of issues, you need to approach it with a lot of wisdom, cause and effect. Remember that this happened after the Ibom Air and the Kwamwan saga has happened. Passengers are scared. That refuse, are you listening to me? Passengers were now scared, knowing that airlines had the power to do anything they wanted to do while they were in that plane. So this thing happened after the Kwam one and the Ibom Air saga. So after that, the tensions were still high. Every passenger in the plane will not support him, even if he was right.
You see, my problem, is
Mm-hmm.
why did they tell him to apologize? They
They're telling
said
Because
me
they
to
just wanted
apologize based on the fact
so that the plane
they
will turn
didn't
back and let
believe
them
that I
go.
see something like
The
that.
ones who don't book hotel for president for hotel for VI don't keep woman we don't come up with the stew are in a hurry to go and meet that woman. That is all Nigerians know, their personal business. Nigerians don't know that
Everybody
injustice to
was
one
trying to
person
meet up
is
their
injustice
time.
for all. Everybody was concerned about their own personal business. Because that is freeze. If he
See,
says, I'm Daddy Freeze, and now I'm holding him based on what he said to me. Daddy Freeze, I will not. I'm not blaming the airline already, but I'm
Mm.
judging based on the feedback he has given to me. Daddy Freeze, if you tell someone, if someone's supposed to switch off his phone, the first thing you do is to physically look at that phone. Is it switched off? If it's not switched off, kindly tell the
Hold on.
person, sir,
John,
please switch off your phone.
after the Ibom Air incident,
Yes.
I flew twice after the Ibom Air incident locally. In my opinion, it made the cabin crew and air hostesses more professional. It did not create more fear. It made them more professional. You see, in this life, when person they talk story, I don't learn this thing. When person they talk story, he will always say the story in a way that because he's looking through his own eyes.
Yes.
He doesn't have eyes at the back of his head. Because somebody behind him is looking at the back of his head, can see the back of his head inside the story. He cannot see
Yes.
the back of his own head.
Yes. That is, and I'm asking you. I'm
Someone
asking
said
you.
that one now for Lagos. I went to
That
Abuja.
is, that is,
I've been to 2 or 3 places
that is,
after this incident. There
that
was
is,
one I was
that
on it was Ibom Air. I even had to comment on how professional the lady was. The video is still on my YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. When I'm not saying everybody can be wrong, but there must maybe was you see, now he's telling us the story from a humble perspective. What if that
Daddy
day
Freeze.
that they fight, they engage them? He will not
Daddy
remember
Freeze.
because, listen, he has the right to be upset. Because waiting will make, even them go tell the woman, say, why are you now turning, why are we turning back the plane? What are you two, have you not switched off your phone? Baba, I'm not a Nigerian living in Canada. Oh. I did this Nigeria. Oh. And even though
Daddy
we say
Freeze.
Nigerians can misbehave and Nigerians can be selfish, agreed. But Nigerians also will stand with you if they see that they are
Daddy Freeze.
kissing you.
Daddy Freeze.
My brother,
Daddy Freeze.
my brother.
Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. See, I'm saying that this man have told us his story. I have no reason to doubt his story.
I'm not doubting his story. Oh. I'm not doubting the
So
fact
what?
that the
Part of
plane
part of
was
this part
tortured.
of the story he
My
told me.
problem
Part of,
is, because you said somebody needed to de-escalate that. How did it get to the point where now they know that people are watching? You see, if it was before that Ibom Air and before the Kwamwan incident, now they know that there's going, if they submit a piece of evidence, somebody's going to submit counter evidence. So
Daddy
my
Freeze.
question is, why was the entire plane, the passengers, against you? There's something that is
Daddy
not
Freeze.
adding up in the whole
They are
story.
against you on the
Daddy
fact
Freeze.
that they feel that their time is being threatened. Their time to arrive where they are going to is being
Daddy
affected.
Freeze.
Even me, I said,
Remember he said that they asked him to apologize to the lady.
I don't fly business class locally. Oh. I don't fly business. I feel business class locally is a waste of money. I don't
They
sign up
asked
for the
him to
plane now. The
apologize.
plane don't take off. 50 minutes later, the plane don't land. Now I go pay now I go buy 3 tickets. So I don't fly business class locally. Unless it is a beef. If somebody is inviting me to come and work, I will charge them business class. I fly my business class if I'm leaving the shores of Nigeria. Because then I have 6 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours to kill. I don't want to be cramped. I don't want Gary water to fall on my head. Because this is a 6-hour flight. So I want to be comfortable. But Nigeria, you don't sit down for the plane. Sometimes some hops are 45 minutes. Plane don't go, plane don't come now. You don't reach where they go. So there is something, if you guys understand what I'm saying, there is something for everybody. But I don't deal with Nigerians before. Nigerians, some people, there will always be some people that will be on your side. If it be 20% of the people that will be on your side and say, look, what you are doing to this guy is not fair. Maybe he switched off his phone. Baba, I want somebody who flies Nigerian locally. How they put it? How they put it? Who flies local a lot to put mouth inside this matter. I know Nigerians can do it, but you see,
I fly
not all
local
Nigerians are
very,
bad.
very
They
much.
stood up
And
for
I
that
know
girl,
Nigerians.
and that girl did not switch off
I
her
know
phone.
I know Nigerians very, very well. Nigerians are cowards. Why did I say so?
Not
After that
all.
Ibom,
Inside that Nigerian
Nigerians are predominantly cowards. I'm saying it, I know they fear to talk am. Nigerians are predominantly cowards. After that Ibom stuff, the Minister of Aviation announced that you must turn off your phone during an airplane. This that statement alone can make Nigerians, hey, they say make we off our phone, no, and this man no off our phone, no off your phone, no. Hey. That's freeze. I am judging this man based on the testimony he has given to me. And that's what I'm
But you
saying.
see,
Right
if
now
you
I'm
don't
holding a
hear
proof
from the other side,
for
see, if
okay,
the whole crowd was supporting him, and because he gets where they go, they fight you, the passengers go join you, they fight the air hostess. The
that
crowd
freeze.
was supporting the air hostess. It is
That the freeze,
impossible
the
for
crowd were supporting
100%.
the air hostess because they had turned off your phone and he has not turned off his phone. Simple.
But the
And at
reason
that
why
point they
that he
were
has not
scared.
turned
and
off his phone, some
the whole
people may
scenario
not
was
agree
wasting
with
their
his
time.
side.
That
The
the
whole
freeze,
scenario
that
was
the freeze,
wasting their time.
that the freeze, that the
Everybody
freeze.
is trying to
How
enter
how
We are
did
Lagos
not
you
talking
how
as
about
soon
the
as
torture.
possible.
We are not talking about the handcuff. No matter what happened on the plane, they were not supposed to handcuff him. They were not supposed to torture him. That one, I don't even want to hear it. What I want us to focus on is, because at the end of the day, they will cross-examine you in court. They will cross-examine you. And the air hostess is going to come And part of what they are going to submit as their defense is everybody on the plane saw you as a nuisance or a threat or that.
Even if they saw him as a threat.
And then you have no
I
evidence.
believe.
Wait. Even if they saw him as a threat, does that warrant them
Threat on
to
what
handle
on what grounds?
handle him the way they handle him?
Let me tell you what a lawyer does in court. A lawyer discredits his witness.
Daddy Freeze.
Hold on.
Daddy Freeze.
Do you have evidence of being handcuffed? Do you have any video?
Not at all.
So what? So now,
No evidence. It's everything happened inside the office.
Good. So
Even when I felt that, everything happened inside the office.
What I will do is, if I'm their lawyer, I wish Belinda was here. If I was their lawyer, since you have no evidence, what I would do is discredit you as a witness. So that when you say that there's nobody there, hold on. Because let me tell you, why can't I go today and go and say that Tinubu's convoy that came to Lagos on the 24th of December, now then bash my motor?
Daddy Freeze.
Anybody can go and make, and wait, John.
Daddy Freeze.
However, I have a photograph, a tire mark, something from Tinubu's car that I can say that it is this car that brushed my car, then I have evidence.
But
in a case
even at
where
that,
there is no, wait and listen. In a case where there is no hard evidence, what they are going to rely on is your credibility. So
can I now answer this question?
And you become a,
can I now answer this question? Can I now answer this question?
Witness that is not
if I'm standing as this guy's lawyer,
yes,
I will admit to not being civil in the plane. Yes, my client was not civil in the plane. My client was asked to turn off his phone, and he did not turn off his phone. But does that warrant him to be assaulted? Did he assault
when
anybody?
you are done, I will now tell you if I am Fan's lawyer.
Wait. That
when you finish.
That is. There are protocols on disembarking a passenger of an airline, not assaulting him. Aviation laws are aviation laws everywhere, same everywhere in the world. Aviation laws in Togo is aviation law in Nigeria, is aviation law in America. That law is one law that does not change across borders. That law is one law that does not change across borders. Regardless of what the man did, it didn't warrant him to be assaulted that way. That is, I don't understand why we are supporting comforts because he was assaulted, and this one is assaulted. We're trying to blame him for being assaulted.
John,
there is no difference between what he did and what comfort did.
Hold on.
There's no difference.
John,
sorry, let me come in. Please, let me come in. Let me come in here.
Let me tell you, I am Fan's lawyer, and I am Enugu Air's lawyer. You were never tortured in our office. We never put handcuffs on you. You made that up. And they are going to bring 30 witnesses.
Did you see him being assaulted? Did you see him being assaulted in that video?
That's the one.
That was just what I wanted to say right now.
That's what I'm relying on.
They saw my belt. I was almost naked. They were pushing me.
That's what I'm relying on. That's what I'm relying on.
See, okay, they pushed him there. When he got off the
and they saw my belt.
Push him anymore.
That's what I'm relying on.
They ridiculed me.
I
was assaulted even in the video.
So you
are even in that video, I was assaulted even in that
video. My lord. If they could assault him like that in public, you should be able to determine what happened in private.
Inside the office.
It doesn't
if you could be assaulted like that in public,
where is Belinda?
We should be able to determine what happened to him in private.
Let me bring Belinda.
That is, regardless of what happened, he was assaulted in public.
Belinda.
Now he said that. And now he said that he was assaulted in private. The judge will look at it. Will look at the evidence before him. How those people behaved in public. And if he said that they behaved worse in private, it's very possible. Very, very possible. Oh, leave all this talk. If that woman now will go say, why did they touch her like that? She's a woman. Why did they touch him like that? He's a man.
No.
Why did they touch him like that? He's a man. Why did they touch him like that?
Somebody say, even if you aren't a professional lawyer, Belinda, I need you on this live. Hold on. let's get a lawyer. Because you see, at the end of the day, if this guy takes them to court and he doesn't win, he will pay their legal fees and possible damages.
Why?
I don't want to say anything. I'm not a lawyer, neither am I a judge.
Why?
Let me
Why?
bring, because that's how the law works.
No, they can only counter sue. Why is he paying their legal fee? he's one praying. He's one praying, not them. He's the one praying. He's the one praying. He's the one asking, not them. Boga, if you just turn off the phone when the plane one.
Of which I did. Of which I did. The only thing there is that the lady never believed me that I switched off my phone.
So that you see one angle to it. He's saying that
she never believed me.
So now this
one man's word.
This one word against another. So the woman did not even confirm to see if the phone was off.
My phone wasn't. She never asked me to bring out my phone.
Belinda, I need you on this live. This is a legal matter.
The woman did not even try to confirm if he turned off his phone and went straight.
Because I'm ending now. I just need.
It doesn't make sense.
So I don't want
let's
to
call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade.
Oh.
How did the woman know that his phone was on?
She never asked me
light
on.
So she just came and asked you. She asked you if your phone was off.
I'm leaving here in 3 minutes. I don't know if you can give me 3 or 5 minutes, if it's possible. If not, all we need from her is 5 minutes. Jessamao, how are you doing? Ah, God, I wish you even knew so that it would be easier to.
Please don't argue this thing. If you take someone to court and you lose the case in court, no judge will ask you to pay the person his legal fee.
No, you will pay it too.
No judge. I've had more than 20 lawsuits. Some I have lost, some I have won. Nobody will ask you to pay the legal fee.
Okay. Let's ask Belinda. Let's ask Belinda if she joins us. You will pay because they've not asked.
No court will ask you to pay the legal fee.
The only time you just garnish it from your account.
Daddy Freeze is a lie. This one a big lie. Daddy Freeze, the only time the court will ask you to pay the legal fee is that the person that you sued will counter sue you. The court cannot just
but the normal listen, as this guy be, listen, what I want from him is I want a story that has no holes in it. In my humble opinion, this story, it gets some small holes where no add up to me.
Daddy Freeze, the holes you're seeing are emotional holes. The holes you're seeing are emotional holes. You're seeing emotional holes. I'm looking at it from the legal perspective.
A man's word. He has no evidence except his claim that 20
and the air hostess has no evidence that he did not turn off his phone.
So that's what
he never asked me to bring my phone.
He has no evidence that they tortured him.
The video we watched. The video that went viral
was he not assaulted?
You can see them assaulting me.
Was he not assaulted in that video?
Don't turn my belt. I was struggling to hold my trouser to protect my private part.
The fact that you are holding the plane back shows that
Daddy Freeze.
I was refusing them based on 2 grounds.
From the best of my knowledge
and how far do I continue the journey?
From the best of my
knowledge. I
understand
where you are coming from. Let's get a lawyer here.
The only people who have the right to arrest are the Nigerian police force.
And handcuff.
Not the Nigerian police force can handcuff you.
I wish you could turn your. Belinda is going to come and go briefly, then I'll bring you in Kem de Loom. In Kechi de Loom. I will bring you briefly. Bilin, baby, sorry for stressing you.
No problem, no problem.
What happened? She know
We
well.
can't see you. But anyway, I begged you for 5 minutes, so I'm going to make this quick. Belinda, this young man was on a plane. I'm going to tell the story as quick as possible. Brother, I don't want us to do it. We don't have much time. He was on the plane. He was told to switch off the phone. He claims he switched off the phone. But then a side comment from a passenger got other passengers infuriated, and then they demanded that he switched off his phone, which got the air hostess into the picture. She now called the pilot. They were already on the taxiway. They now the plane turned back and came back onto the ramp, and they got him off the plane. Now they dragged him off the plane. The usual, we've seen like comfort manner, dragging him.
Usual. He's usual.
Off the plane.
It's usual.
Now he claims
it's usual to drag someone off the
hold
plane
on,
like
no,
that.
no talk,
So
no talk. We don't have much time.
let's not say. Let's not call it usual.
He claimed that they took him to their office and they put handcuffs on him and they beat him and they tortured him, according to his take. Now, I asked, do you have any evidence to show that this was done, or it is your word of mouth? He said, it is word of mouth. There's no evidence. And I said, okay, if we were to examine your story, if I were Fan's lawyer and Enugu Air's lawyer, the first thing I would try, since you have no hardcore evidence, the court is going to rely on your credibility as a witness.
Right.
So what I will try to do is show that you are not a credible witness, because all that you have working for you is your claim. And don't forget, Fan has evidence, because they are going to bring all their staff, and all their staff will say they did not torture you. Enugu Air will bring all their staff, and all their staff will stand as witness. They will swear on whatever it is they want to swear on, and they will say they did not see where you were tortured. So they actually have witnesses that can corroborate their story that you were not tortured, while you are standing alone with no evidence, and your credibility can be torn apart if your story already looks like it has holes. I want you to give your legal opinion on that, please. Don't be angry. And finally,
she cannot give her legal opinion from one side of the story. Belinda, this man has a video evidence of being dragged off the plane with his belt shattered, his trousers almost pulled down, pushed from the airplane door down to the staircase. And the priest says that evidence is normal.
No, I did not say that's normal. I don't say that.
He said the normal way. You said the normal way. And you tactically neglected it when you were explaining this thing to Belinda.
No. You see, listen, now, Belinda, here's my defense to that. The authorities can use any force necessary within their power to remove somebody who refuses to obey the law on the plane. Anything. If it means them tasing you,
but on this matter, on this scenario,
Belinda, please, can you explain that?
Please, just help us here, and then you can go, so we don't stress you.
No, Daddy Freeze, you can't use any force. The right to dignity of the human person is very essential, even when a person is being arrested. But I have a few questions. I don't have all the time. I'm sorry, sir. Good evening. What exactly are you pressing for? For being assaulted?
Well, the issue is this. When those guys
just answer. What are you pressing for?
What I'm pressing for is this. I was assaulted. I was humiliated, and there is no compensation for the flights that I was denied of. The money I paid for these flights went, as in was never given back to me. I never as in continued with the journey, and I was humiliated and I was assaulted.
Second question. Did you turn off your phone?
Yes. I turned on my two phones.
Okay, so where did the problem come from?
Belinda,
The
now let me
problem came
explain
from
because
the fact.
Wait. Let
I
us
Please,
don't,
no,
I
let me
don't, I
cross-examine.
don't
explain.
need an explanation. John, I don't need an explanation. It's a yes or no question. It's a
No, 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 no,
straightforward
no,
answer.
no, 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 no. That the
Yeah.
priest neglected something in while he was explaining this to you.
So just hold
The
on one second.
the air hostess asked him, "Have you turned off your phone?" He said, "Yes." The lady sitting next beside him
I
said,
I
"Are you
heard that.
sure?"
I
I want to
explained
hear
this
from
part
you.
now.
Yes,
Wait. Why am
John,
wait. Please just listen to me. The lady beside him, you sure? He said. The lady now assumed that he didn't turn it off. That is what I gathered from
okay,
what he said. I'm
John,
telling
I've
you
heard
why
from
I
you.
want to explain to you is because I want to
I,
I want to tell you that
I
I
brought
understood what I said.
Belinda. I dragged that John.
ah,
I dragged Belinda out of somewhere for 5 minutes.
Okay.
We
Okay.
don't have that. Let her just explain what
sir,
she
Okay.
understands.
Now to answer your question straight up, the lady asked me, "Have you turned off your phone?" I told her
yes.
yes. Someone sitting close to me now said, "Are you sure?" Idekwa. Of course, that Idekwa now brought up a lot of mistrust and uproar within the flight. You understand me? And the air hostess now rushed. She never told me to bring out my phone. Let me see. She never told me to give me her phone. Let me see. There was no
Rushed
verbal
to do what?
confrontation. You
She
said?
rushed to do what? You said the air hostess rushed. She
Yes.
rushed to do what?
The air hostess rushed and made a phone call when the plane was on the runway, about to take off on the air, and the flight had to turn back. You understand me? When the flight turned back,
Turn back if your
people
phone
were
was
telling me,
off. On what ground
of course,
would
my
flight
phones
have to
were
turn back?
switched off and inside my pockets. The air hostess made a phone call, maybe to the pilot, I don't know. And the flight that was on the runway had to turn back and start coming back to where it took off from. You understand me? And people were asking me to apologize, this, that. Apologize for what?
No,
What
sir,
did I do wrong?
sir. Hold on. I don't need full story from you.
Okay,
Answer the
okay.
question. It is not clear.
Mm-hmm,
You turned off your phone. The person sitting beside you
mm-hmm.
said it. Sure. Why did the air
Yes.
hostess come back and ask you or make a call? What was she making a call for if your phone was off? Why would an airline turn their flight back if your phone is off?
The air hostess never believed what I told her that my phone was switched off. So
How
I
do you
presume
believe?
that
Hold on, sir. No, sir, hold on. How do you know or prove that your phone is off without showing it?
she never told me to. She never told me to show me her.
So what is your
Show me her
argument?
my phone.
What is your argument?
If she has,
If you
if she had
hold on,
told
sir.
me, can I see your phone? Okay,
Let me put it very straight.
okay.
Somebody, you turned off your phone according to you, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The lady beside you had doubts. That brought uproar
Yes,
among the passengers. The air hostess
yes.
comes, makes a phone call. When she came back, did she ask you any question? Yes or no?
Not at all.
Okay,
Not
so
at
she
all.
makes a phone call. After the phone call, what happens? Just answer the question. What happened immediately? I don't need too many stories.
The flight on the runway had to turn back and
Okay,
parked,
okay.
and airport security guys walked in. I myself removed my seatbelt. I went to the door because the passengers were already telling me I should
Why did you
apologize.
go to the door?
Everybody was against me.
No,
Maybe based on
sir.
the fact that I'm
Hold
delaying their
on,
time.
hold on, sir. Hold on. Why did you go to the door if your phone was off?
I went to the door based on the pressure from the passengers that I should apologize. They were saying that I'm delaying their time. That
No.
they're
Hold
not
on.
in Lagos
I just
for
want
this.
us to Daddy Freeze, there are a lot of loopholes. There are a lot of loopholes.
Bro!
There are a lot of loopholes.
Bro!
If
Ah!
your phone, if your phone is off and
Mm-hmm.
there cannot be pressure from passengers, what are they pressuring you for? All
No,
you need to
in
do.
Kechi the Loom, I want to bring you. I beg you.
Um,
Belinda is not going to stay too long.
Belinda,
Yes, yes,
Belinda,
I have to go
Oh,
now.
John,
No,
Belinda.
no,
sorry,
John.
can you please, John, I beg you, can you come down? Let me bring another lawyer because the other lawyer too wants to run. Because people are saying that Belinda will take one side. I've never met this lady in Kechi the Loom. Please, John, just come down for like 5 minutes. Let's have two lawyers in that. Somebody says she's asking irrelevant questions. The same question she asked is the same question I asked. Brother, not the same question I asked.
That is it's not about irrelevant. Belinda is believing Belinda is believing the other side of the story without believing the side of the story that
I am asking only questions, and that's what lawyers do. I haven't even given a legal opinion.
Belinda,
I can have a clearer understanding of what's going on.
Belinda, this young man told you that the lady beside him raised a doubt. And the air hostess did not ask him to show him his phone. The air hostess asked him, have you turned off your phone? And he said yes.
John, I just came on the live and I must understand exactly what is going on.
I understand him.
That's fine. That's fine. So, sir, you were saying something exactly.
Yes.
Sir, you were saying. I said when the airline.
Where's the lawyer? The other lawyer, please. Go ahead, Belinda. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. When the airline turned, and you said people were putting you under pressure, what exactly was the pressure? To apologize for what?
That is the question is as good as mine as well. To apologize for what? What did I do wrong? My phone's already switched off inside my pocket. You understand me?
Yeah.
Now people were now raising uproar that the whole scenario is wasting their time based on the fact that they are supposed to be in Lagos as soon as possible for their different personal business. You understand?
Okay.
So because they feel that I am the cause of their delay of flight or whatever, that I should apologize. Now, based on the pressure being laid on me, when the flight turned back, I removed my seatbelt and went at the door, and I met the airport security guys. They were now telling me I should follow them. I should follow them on what grounds? They never showed me their ID card. Who are you?
To follow them.
Hold on right there, sir. You turned off your phone. Your phones were in your pocket.
Are you sleeping?
The flight turned back, and you went to the door to
lawyer on my life.
For what?
I was told that I should go and apologize. I now asked them, apologize for what? Everybody in the whole flight were against me, based on the fact that I'm the cause of their flight delay. You understand?
Okay, so did you go?
So I had.
Okay, go on.
Say that again.
So based on the pressure, everybody was telling me I should go and apologize. The air hostess herself has already made a call. You understand me? So when the flight stops,
my dear brother,
when
you
the
know what's
flight
going to happen?
Stops, and I saw the security guy. Of course, I removed my seatbelts. I left them at the door, and those airport security guys, they never showed me their ID card for me to know who they are. I only saw people wearing reflective jackets. They wrote "fan." They were with their ID card, but they turned it at the back. You know, normal ID card has front and back. The front side, I should know their details, were not showing. They turned the back for you not to know who they are. And they were telling me I should follow them. Then my two arguments with them is this. What happened to my luggage?
Sir,
what happened to my
flight?
Okay.
Sir, hold on.
Okay.
You went to meet these guards. They did not come to you. According to the story you just said now, you walked up to them. Did you go to meet them to apologize, or what exactly did you go to meet them?
I didn't go to meet them to apologize because I didn't know what I did wrong. You understand me? Why I went there? Why I went there? When I saw them, you understand me? I went there based on the pressure of the passengers because everybody was already against me, shouting that I should go and apologize. I should go and air my own view because I'm delaying their flights. You understand me? I'm delaying their flights. You understand? And because that this flight is not moving. Remember that the flight was already on the wrong way, almost taking off on the air when the phone call was made and you turned back. So that alone cost itself an uproar.
Hold on, right? If your phones were turned off and in your pocket, and people around you and the entire crew or the entire plane is saying you should apologize, at that point, was the right thing to do or the most appropriate thing to do not to bring out your phone as proof that it's turned off? Why didn't you do that?
The lady never asked me to bring out my phones. My phone was
No,
already inside my
sir,
pocket.
hold on.
If she had told me,
Now,
can I see your phone? I'll give it to her.
sir, the lady did not ask you to bring out your phones, but you went. There was an uproar in the plane. You went to
Yes.
meet the guard. What exactly were you going for? You were going to try to prove that you do not want to apologize or you do not need to apologize. The exact thing to do, or the most appropriate thing to do, instead of causing an uproar in the plane and going to meet guards who you are not sure if they are guards from the airport or airport authorities, was to have simply brought out your phone as proof that it was turned off. So in all of these actions of yours, you never brought out your phone to show that it was turned off, yet you stood up and went to meet security guards and did all of that instead of just showing that your phone was turned off. My question to you now is, hold on, sir, why did you not bring out your phone to show that
The
it was
simple
turned off?
reason I didn't bring out my phone is that, remember, this lady asked me a question, have you turned off your phone? I said yes. Immediately she turned back. Immediately she turned back and went and made a call. There was no further confrontation. There was no time for any explanation. There was no time for her to ask me, have you turned off your phone? Can I see your phone? Nothing of such happened. The conversation was as brief as possible. So for me to bring out my phone to show you, who am I showing it to? I don't know if I get
Okay.
I don't know if I get you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's just
I get it.
the conversation was as brief as possible, and it was as very calm. Our voice was, we weren't raising voice at each other. To be honest with you, it was as calm as whatever I can think of. I honestly, within myself, I never knew that she herself never believed me. It was when she rushed and made a phone call. You understand me? And making that phone call on a plane that was almost taking off on the air. The flight
Okay,
had to
my
come
dear
back,
brother,
and because the flight.
hold on. We have another lawyer here.
Okay.
I want both of them to hear the story at the same time. So anytime, Belinda, anytime you are ready to go, just let me know. Even though I'm begging you to stay, I need.
I need to. Okay, let me hear my
Run 3
counsel,
minutes.
but I need to go
Okay,
like in
so I'm going to
one
tell
minute.
the story to Mrs. Hope Thomas. Hope Thomas is also a lawyer. I know her very well. She's based in the UK, but she studied law in Nigeria. Am I correct?
Yes, Daddy Francis.
All right. So the young man, the gentleman, I beg your pardon, was on a Enugu Airlines flight, according to his story. And everybody was told to switch off their phones. He didn't. Then the air hostess came to his seat and said, "Did you switch off your phone?" He said yes. But the woman beside him said, "Are you sure?" So that "are you sure," according to his testament, bred a bit of disharmony among other passengers who believed or who felt that maybe he wasn't entirely honest with his position on his switched off phone. So the entire plane, that's the entire passengers, told him to apologize to the air hostess as the plane was on the taxiway heading towards the runway. Now, the air hostess came. According to him, there was no confrontation, but the air hostess now came and called the cockpit, and apparently the pilot now turned the plane back and took it back to the ramp, where he now said he ran to the door because the passengers were putting pressure on him. Then at the door, members of FAN pulled him off the plane, according to his story, and he was taken to their office where he was beaten and tortured and handcuffed. So he wants to sue and ask any question. I just gave you a brief summary. I'm sure he too can answer any of. If I left anything out, my brother, please fill in the gap, but briefly so that.
No. Before they took me to the office, I was bundled out of the aircraft. They pushed me. They were punching me. If you watch the video really went viral on the second. I think 2nd of September this thing happened. It really went viral. Honestly, it really went viral. Even Arise News, Arise Television aired it, and Sahara Reporter, other blogs, major blogs aired it. That's aside. They beat me up. They bundled me. They tore my belt. My trouser was off. I was trying to, to protect my manhood. You understand? And all these things happened because I was asking two questions. You are telling me to follow you to your office. What happened to my luggage? I'm very security conscious. As I'm not with my luggage, I don't have control over my luggage. Anything can happen. You never showed me your ID card to know who you are. You are wearing your ID, you're wearing your ID card tag, but you covered it to show the back, not the front. So your face, so your identity is being hidden. I only saw some people, group of guys wearing reflective jacket, they wrote fan, and that's all. And they're telling me to follow me, I should follow them to the office. I asked them,
John, you are
what
not
happened to my
well.
luggage? I was asking them what happened to my luggage? What happened to the how do I continue my journey to Lagos? These were my two questions to them that made me not to have followed them, of which they now bundled me. And when they bundled me out of the aircraft, they were beating me, they were dragging me on the waist, for my belt. I was struggling with my trousers. I was conscious of my wallet. I was conscious of my wallet, and they were recording me. At the point of them recording me, I brought out my phone to switch it on to record back. They seized my two phones. These guys are in number, up together about 8 or more, maybe. I can identify the presence of the Enugu Air manager there and other people. So when they now bundled me inside the office, that was where the whole drama ended. They were all of them started punching on me. I was one out of many. I fell down. They handcuffed me. I collapsed. So when they handcuffed me, they expected me to come and write statements under handcuff. I said no. Allow me to be on the ground first. I was on the ground like 15 minutes, trying to get myself, trying to get back my life. After which they were the ones that helped me to stand up because I couldn't stand up again. They were the ones that raised me up. For sure, one of them told me I should sit down on the floor like a criminal and write the statement. Of course, the other person said no. They now brought me up, raised me up because I couldn't stand up on my own now. I sat down. They both had a passage to write statements under handcuff. I say it's not possible. I don't know how to write statements under handcuff. Then I removed the handcuff. I wrote the statements. After writing the statements, Enugu Air staff wrote their own. Fan wrote their own. Maybe other parties involved wrote their own. Police they now took me inside one Hilux and took me to the airport police. When after the whole drama, police released me. My phone was given back to me. I had to walk down to the airport. I asked them again, how do I continue my journey? They told me
Okay.
nothing
I
will
don't
be
want us to
done.
waste too much time on
Okay.
the stories. We are looking at the substance. Madam Hope, what are your thoughts?
So Daddy Freeze, from what you've summarized, and so I was just in my head. I'm looking for the offense.
The offense, according to them, that I didn't switch off my phone. On my own part, my phones were switched off, and they never gave me privilege to feed myself before they started humiliating me, beating me, and all that and all that. And the flights, I missed my flights, no compensation, no financial compensation, no apology, nothing was done. I had to go by road because I was going to Lagos to connect a flight to my
Yeah,
base.
so
You
this
understand me?
where you're
So
going. Yeah, I've heard you. Where you're going now is like you're going really far because for there to be a remedy, there has to be a wrong. So I'm trying to wrap my head around what offense you actually committed by not showing them your phone. Because I don't know, there's no law that was written that phones should be shown. Like if you switched it off or not, everybody should show it. Honestly, I just
of
returned
course,
from just returned from Nigeria, and I used two different air flights, local flights as well. So, and there was no law as at when I returned, which was just last week, that you should show that your phone is switched off or not. They make the announcement. So whether or not your phone is switched off is not, it's up to you as a person to switch it off or not to switch it off. So I want to be sure that there was nothing else that happened that is not just, no, you did not switch off your phone,
And
no, you switched off your phone.
Of course, nothing else happened outside this.
Yes,
Nothing
because
else happened outside what I said here.
if this story is just what happened that brought this brow and all the events that proceeded from it, then I do not see the wrong that will require all of this line of things to happen. Because that's the only side I'm looking at. So
Can
the
I say
person
something?
beside, yes, Daddy Freeze.
Me personally, I agreed with him. My only worry was the lady sitting beside him. She asked him in Igbo, "Are you sure your phone is off?" What could have warranted that? Because it is that led to the uproar among the passengers in the
Okay,
aircraft.
okay. Let me answer you,
That
and I'm
now
being honest
brought
with
the
you here.
air hostess back, and the air hostess called to take the plane back to the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me answer us here.
Please go ahead.
Before I enter the aircraft, of course, every person would like to make videos that is taking an aircraft. You understand me? I'm being honest with us here. I know some persons will also be recording this aspect, but
We all do it.
I'm someone
We
that,
all do.
yeah, thank you. Everybody likes to make video different aircraft. You understand me? Of which I did. When I entered the aircraft, I also made video of myself. Even the air hostess entered the same video I made. But immediately the announcement was made, I'm being honest with us here. You understand? Even if immediately the announcement was made, of course, I obeyed. So I think that was where the lady sitting beside me got the courage to make that statement. Immediately the announcement was made for electronic devices to be switched off. I switched off my two phones. You understand? I'm being honest with us here. So all these things maybe might have been triggered when the lady sitting beside me saw me making video. You understand? And when she saw making video, she felt I have not switched off my phone. And she now proclaims and intruded. And that intruding she made now stirred up the atmosphere. You understand? And the lady, the air hostess herself, never even asked me. In short, the whole conversation was in a very calm way. There was no, we didn't raise voice at each other.
Okay, I want to
It
ask you a
was just
question, and this is what Belinda asked, because you are now repeating. When the lady said, "Is your phone off?" If you had brought out your phones like this and said, "See, oh, my phone is off," oh, don't you think that would have given the narrative a different twist?
But there was no opportunity for me to prove myself. The lady asked me the question, and I answered that. She turned back and rushed and made a call.
What about the remaining
Why did she?
passengers? Why didn't you show the remaining passengers your phones that they were off?
To me, I found no reason of showing passengers that my phones are off. The lady has rushed
Do you
and
know
made a
why?
phone call.
Do you know why I'm asking you this?
The flight
Because those
turned back.
passengers will be your
People
witness.
were telling me apologize, 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 apologize. I asked apologize for what? My phone's already switched off.
Oh yeah, say something else and
Daddy Freeze, I'll have to go after this, but I just want to say that we need
just say
to.
something
There's a
and then
part
you
of.
can go. Sorry for holding you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I hear you. First of all, like I said when I joined the live, your rights to the dignity of human person is paramount. In other words, everything around this story does not warrant you being assaulted, even while being arrested, right? Your right to the dignity of human person is fundamental. It is your fundamental right. That's number one. Then number two, there's a part of the story that we need to maybe pay more attention to, and that's the place that looks like everything is not adding up. And that's why I was asking so much questions around there, because that is what you are going to face in court if you eventually get there. Now, you turned off your phone. Right. You said you turned off your phone. And the lady raised an assumption or asked the question, Idikwa, are you sure that your phone is off? Then an air hostess came. The air hostess, when she came to you, what did she ask you? If your phone was off, right?
Yes. I told her yes. She now turned back and rushed and made a call.
Okay.
When
That's
the
what
flight was already on the way.
So when she turned back, she made a call. This is where there's something that is not exactly clear, whether from the part of the air hostess or from your part. If she asked you if your phone is off and you said yes, she did not ask to see it. She just turned back, made a call. The plane turned back, parked on a grounds that the air hostess did not see your phone being turned off. There's just something that is not very clear in that scenario, because that is the grounds for all of this. Any which ways that it is, I have to run now, but this part of the story, I think everybody should pay attention to it. How can an air hostess make a call, a plane turns back on the grounds that your phone was not off when they do not see it? There's just something else. Like my learned colleague said here, that except there's something else to this story that we do not know about, there must be something else we do not know about. If this is the way the story is, then it's very
Now let me
interesting.
tell you something as Belinda, if you want to go, you can go. As a simulator pilot, the moment they've given you taxi, if you stop that taxi, the pilot is going to write a report. A plane is not a bus. You are not just going to turn the plane back. As in the amount of stress the pilots will go through. Pilots will resort to turning a plane back if there is no, as in if this matter has really become a serious. Because guess what? That flight is a tag. What do they call them? That flight going to Lagos is the same flight that's going to take you from Lagos to Abuja, and the same flight that's going to take you from Abuja to Kano, and it's going to take you from Kano to Ilorin. So that turning back is going to create a delay chain across the entire airline's operation for that day. No pilot will take that risk and turn back a plane unless that was the last flight of the day.
Exactly. And you mean that an air hostess will make a call, a plane will go through all of this stress, turn back because you claim to turn off your phone, and air hostess did not ask for proof. There was no altercation. There was nothing else. You just said you turned off your phone. It was in your pocket. No evidence. She came to you, asked you, made a call, and then the plane turns back. There's a lot. If this is true, then there's just a lot to it. But that's where the story is not exactly clear. So this part of the story needs to be paid. A lot of attention needs to be paid. The freezer has given a clear example or a clear explanation as to what it takes to revert or turn a plane back. And you think that an airline will do all of this for a passenger that's the part that you need to focus on. We need to pay much. So you say that's the story, then it's as unfortunate as it gets. Thank you very much, Ifis. I have to go now.
Okay, thank you. Please, before you leave, please, before you leave, can I just give me a few seconds?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce myself to you so that outside this, you get to know a little bit of what I do. Actually, Daddy, please, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Actually, network don't hang.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I'm an entertainer. I use my mouth to blow shot. I just wanted to introduce myself to her before she leaves. I use my mouth to blow shot and something that one with my talent, I sing national anthem of 6 countries, which are UAE, India, Pakistan, Germany, and Malawi. I know you are smiling right now, so I just want to entertain her for like 2 seconds, maybe if it's allowed. Which song do I sing right now?
Belinda.
Okay, let me.
Now I go blow trumpet for your wedding.
Okay.
You say you want to please. Sir, let me say something.
Okay, please
Save
say what
this
you want to
energy,
say.
you will need it in court. Sir, please save the energy, you will need it in court. You can sing to the
No,
judge when you see good evening.
no problem, no problem. But I
All
just
right,
wanted
my
to
dear
introduce
brother,
this
my
part
dear
of me to
brother.
you.
Finally, Madam Hope, what is your final take? I'm tired. I've been on this live for quite a minute.
Yeah, honestly, like I said in the first instance, I do not see where he went wrong if this story is complete, honestly. There's no wrong that was committed by him. He's not under any obligation to actually bring his phone and tender. He's not under any legal obligation to show his phone, to give his phone to anybody, or to even show and say his phone is turned off. He's not under any obligation. It's just something that is said and everybody has to just adhere to it. So if it was just that and somebody wasn't sure that he had turned off his phone, the lady sitting beside him, and just asked that question and discuss all of this, and the air hostess had to talk to the, if this was just what happened, because I just want to believe it on the surface that this was happened, then he did not warrant all of this that happened to him. Actually, the airline will be in the wrong, really. The airline will be in the wrong. And if he goes to court and this was the story as it is, then he will come out with a remedy. But if there were other things that happened that would warrant, like you said, for the plane to be turned back and all of that. See, honestly, that the phrase I've seen a lot with Nigeria that sometimes some embarrassing actions just happen and you are wondering why they had to go that length to cause that sort of embarrassment.
Let me tell you what I was saying to him before you joined. This is Nigeria. I've been to court before. I know the Nigerian factor. He can prove that he was thrown off the plane with a force greater than it was necessary to take him off the plane. He can prove that he was dehumanized. You understand what I'm saying? He said he was tortured in their office. He can't prove that.
But based on the viral video, there was a torture also. In that
If you
viral video,
claim that
I was
video
being
on the
pushed, I was being
plane,
punctured. My trousers, my belt
if
were
you
torn.
claim that, that's why we have a lawyer here. So I want the lawyer to look into that.
I don't know
What
if
do you
in
think about that?
the legal
You see,
system they believe
hold on,
on
bro.
videos.
Bro, just calm down small. Just small. You see, everything you claim in a court of law, you must prove. If you have no solid proof, but you have circumstantial evidence, the circumstantial evidence can count. And if you have eyewitness accounts, my worry is when an entire plane was telling you to apologize to the air hostess, where do you want to select your witnesses from? They have witnesses. Because if they call on the people on the plane, what likelihood that they would corroborate your story as against the airline story?
My only witness is the
And
viral
in
video.
a case, sorry, hold on. In a case where there is no hard or circumstantial evidence, the judge is going to, in my humble opinion, rely on his credibility as a witness. If they can bring people that can punch holes into your story and they make you look like a witness that cannot be trusted, then relying on your credibility as a witness would be very shaky, in my humble opinion. I am not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, I do not have experience in these grounds. That's why I brought learned fellows here to address this. So, what is your take on that?
So
Sorry,
that the phrase.
I don't know. Sorry, can I ask the lawyer a
Let the
question?
lawyer
Sorry.
talk, then you talk.
So that the
Okay.
phrase on this, like this is a civil matter, so it's preponderance of evidence, as it were. So it is not enough that the people on the plane who are the witnesses will say that, oh, he was asked to, what evidence would they give in court that he was asked to apologize and he refused? That's also not a crime. You can decide not to apologize, because if I didn't do anything, I would decide not to apologize. So he did nothing wrong. That evidence will not is I don't know how the weight of such evidence, if this was like, I'm just going by what he has said was what happened, because this is a one-sided story that we've heard. Okay, so now if the airline gives their own side of the story, then it might make it clearer that these were the things that led to this situation. They will now understand. But if it's just the story that we've heard, he doesn't have to apologize for anything, because he did nothing wrong in this story. So even if there are witnesses who say, "Oh, we asked him to show his phone," they are not police officers. They are not. There was no wrong committed. There was no offense. So it's not like a citizen making an arrest. It's just it's just on a moral ground. So that moral ground of saying apologize or show your phone will not overshadow the constitutional right of his dignity to human person, being beaten, humiliated, and all those things. These are his fundamental rights. Yeah, so it's different. And like the courts mostly, the court does not run on sentiments and emotions. It's on facts. So if he has his facts straight, he can be his witness. He will be his witness for himself. Yeah, other people will come and say, we asked him to apologize, but he didn't do anything wrong. He can decide not to apologize.
You don't know what the other people
Okay,
have
sorry,
as
can
their
I
own
comment, please?
evidence.
Yeah, so that is why I'm saying that if it's just this
Can I
Because you
comment?
story.
are just assuming
The
that they are
video
going to come
evidence.
and say you told him to apologize. Because do you know why I'm putting him through all this? The airline is going to
Mm,
call me tomorrow morning. Fan is going to call me tomorrow morning.
okay,
And they are going to
yeah.
tell me that they want to share their own side of the story. And
And I would
if
like to
he
join
just
the
shared
video
the
as well.
story that is lacking content
Sorry.
or is
Mm,
lacking cohesion or has many loose ends, by the time they
yeah.
come, because they are going to come, if they're going to come, they're going to come with their lawyers, they're going to come with their people who are trained to handle these briefs, and by the
Mm-hmm.
time they are done, it will now look like he could even be the person that started the whole trouble.
Yeah, that the
These
phrase
people
I'm
are, they are
seeing in
not,
the
they have a
comment.
whole department set up
I'm
to
seeing in the
deal with
comment
this kind of
section.
things.
I'm seeing in the comment section that he apologized. So what did he apologize for?
Did you
Sorry.
apologize?
Apologize for doing what? Apologize to
Okay.
who? What I want to
So
ask is
what
this:
me I'm saying,
this
see my
video
brother,
evidence
let me
that went
explain something to
viral.
you.
Sorry,
My
sorry, can
brother,
I
let
ask
me
a lawyer
explain
a
something
question?
to you. I know how these things play out. Tomorrow the airline will reach out and they'll say they want to share their own side of the story. Fan will reach out and they say they want to share their own side of the story. And when they are going to come, be rest assured that they are going to come. We said this at 9:15, timestamp 9:15. At 9:30, we said this. Here is the voiceover of the pilot talking to the control tower about what happened. By the time they share this, what would the merit of your story be? Because that call between the pilot and the control tower is recorded. And if fan wants to rely on it as their evidence, whether before the court of public opinion or before a competent court, they will rely on it.
Okay,
Because
can I
they
ask you a
also don't
question?
want to come and look bad. Whether they are coming to my live or they are going anywhere else, they are going to come and they are going to. So that's why we are asking you all these many questions.
Okay, can I ask this question?
So with all this
There
that
was
has been said, do you have any part of the story that you omitted that you wanted to just add?
the only part of the story that I admitted. There's no mission. There's no mission. You understand me? The whole evidence of, unfortunately, this phone I'm using to make this live video has so many evidences. You understand me? Please, I can forward those videos to you after this live video. You understand me?
Okay.
Or rather, I have another phone with me here, but I don't trust this network. If I shut down and use this phone for the live video and show it, I don't trust this network right now. But be it as it may, I want to ask this question. the video that went viral, can it be used in the court of law as an evidence? Because they might say
Of
that they never
course.
assaulted me, they didn't beat me, but that video showed when they were assaulting me. Even though when the handcuffed me was inside their office, of which no evidence except the CCTV camera in their office can be used, of which Nigerian factor will come in there. That CCTV
Sorry,
camera might not
somebody
speak the
saying
truth.
the evidences that those people are saying do not stand any proof. Sorry. That's why I like switching off the comment section, because they'll be distracting us. My dear lady lawyer, before I switch off the comment section, let me turn it off, because everybody will not have headway. So my dear lady lawyer, my darling Madam Hope, I want to ask you, does the pilot call to the control tower, the air hostess call to the pilot, do they count?
Yeah, so when those evidence, those information will come to play when, in compiling their own list of evidence. So it will come to play because it is the information that the pilot gets that will make him turn the plane or make that decision. Because there are lots of, because they can also get in trouble by turning the plane, because it means they will not get to their destination at the scheduled time, which will affect which will boomerang and trigger every other thing. Like people will get to their destination late and all that, all on account of his of the action that happened on the plane. So all those evidence will come to play, including the viral video. I've not seen the video. I don't even really know the story. So including the video. However, don't also forget that as a lawyer, you will also refute certain videos as well, especially if these people are not, even when they are dressed in the uniform of maybe the fan or police, they could deny that it's not they don't know those people. It wasn't orchestrated by them. It could
Maybe
have just
AI,
been people who
maybe
just,
AI,
not
maybe
even
AI video.
AI, not even AI. These things can be denied in court. So for you to want to sue, you should have your facts should be solid, your evidence should be solid, and your story should be solid.
Well, my evidence on my facts is this. That my belts that they tore, I recorded it. My bag, my luggage that had Enugu Air tag on it, because that luggage that they brought to me inside their office, of course, had their tag on it, which is an evidence. Everything was recorded. The videos are in my phone, in this particular phone I'm using for this live streaming. You understand me? And also, the torture that they had on, even when I came back to base, I spent 5 days in the hospital. I almost died. I almost died over here, honestly.
Then
Because
your medical reports
of
and all,
course,
what did
Remember the
they
of
first
course,
thing
say?
the
I asked you
medical,
for
of
was your
course.
medical report.
Yes, I have all those things. Of course, what led me to Nigeria was my mother's burial. I didn't see my mother for 6 good years. She died when when I'm here. I had to travel for the funeral. I told myself I cannot, I won't forgive myself in the next world if they bury my mother in my absence. I have to be there. So that was why I came back for the funeral. You understand me? So even when the whole thing happened, I had to travel 390 bus to Lagos. And when we got to Benin, the engine knocked of the luxurious bus. I won't mention the company name. The engine of that bus
But
knocked.
you
It was
said like say
Gongoro. It
village
was
people follow you.
Vifi is not the small thing. It was Gongoro I took from Benin by 2:30 a.m. to Lagos. I arrived Oshodi, not Oshodi. Is it Ojota? I'm not too familiar with their names. I arrived Ojota or the Oshodi. 8 o'clock in the morning. I boarded my flight from there back to base. Even back to base, I also missed my flight in Addis Ababa, which wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the airline. And I spent extra 24
Okay,
hours
bro.
in
All
Addis
right,
Ababa.
bro.
I
All right,
enjoy,
all right, all
anyway,
right. Sorry,
that's a side
hold
story.
on. We have run out of time. We'll just keep going. That's why I turned on off the comment section. It was because John came to protest that I put on the comment section. Only John can make me put on the comment section back. Once I turn them off like this, make everybody just calm down, make we take care word.
Why is John not on this live? DF.
He was on the line,
But you could have
but
brought
I took
John
it
back,
Okay.
down for
honestly.
you to come up. It was because I can't
Okay.
have more than 4 people. You understand? But if I bring John back again, the matter will not end, will continue going. So at the end of the day, now me be the judge for this matter. And this now waiting I go talk. You have a valid case, and I would advise that you pursue your case. Be honest, gather your evidence. At the end of
My
the day,
evidence is just video evidence.
nobody had any right to torture you or to I don't know about handcuffing. I don't really know the law regarding aviation and the new set of laws that they've passed concerning aviation. We really don't know what they are. And we don't know the strength that the government has given to those people that wear reflective jackets. We don't know how powerful they are. We can only assume. It is when we get to court that they can now say, okay, this person did not have the power to do this. He overstepped his boundary. The pilot had no right to turn back. At the end of the day, the story would unfold. So, as a human being, and this goes out to everybody listening, you deserve the right of dignity as a human being. If they said your womanhood was showing, I'll be waiting to talk, say one show.
I was protecting it not to show. It was the woman police in the position that asked a male police officer to bring waterproof to help me tie my wrist. Out of pity, she brought her waterproof and told the male police officer to please help this guy to tie his wrist. And that really helped me. From there, I had to go back to the airport. Of course, when I went back, there was no hope. I had to take my route to Lagos by road.
Okay. Do you have any picture of the plane?
I have more than evidence, video evidence of everything that happened.
I want you to send me a picture of the plane to my WhatsApp.
Of course. Before I enter the plane, I make videos.
Send me a picture of the plane. Send me a picture of yourself on the plane so that we can, how do I put it, in our own way, escalate the matter so that, because for me, what I'm, at the end of the day, is your story against the airline. And you will go to court or the court of public opinion and go and drag it out. Eventually, one person will win, or both people will win, or both people will lose. Right? But one thing I want addressed in this harassment of people on planes because they did not switch off their phone has to end. Because I can tell you, as somebody who has an idea about flying, your phone cannot bring down the aeroplane.
I'm telling you.
So the noise about this whole aeroplane, phone, the noise is more than, I believe Nigerian pilots should focus more on fastening your seatbelt.
Honestly.
I know somebody who broke his back because he did not fasten his seatbelt. And the plane entered a pocket and dropped suddenly. And the guy hit his head. You are more likely to endanger your life and endanger the life of others if you are not wearing your seatbelt. Yeah. So I don't understand what this focus is on phone. Maybe there's something else that I don't know that airlines and the Ministry of Aviation needs to come and explain to us.
Daddy Freeze, really, that thing is embarrassing, honestly.
And until we talk about it, because tomorrow it can be John, and John know the hear word. If they bundle it trousers like this, don't go, they give people blow. Before they know it, the whole plane goes scatter.
Well, what John was saying, what John was saying, there's 100% truth in it. The passengers were looking at their time being threatened. The time for them to get to Lagos is now being threatened because of me. And that was why everybody was against me.
Reason. What if somebody has a connecting flight to New York?
Of course, me, I myself, I was
sue you.
You understand me? But the fact is this: the air hostess never
realize that if I had a connecting flight and you were delaying me, I can sue you.
You have every right to
Just like I can
express
sue the
yourself.
airline. So at the end of the day, it's all over the place. We understand that you were not fairly treated in the video that we
And
saw of them recording.
I wasn't given the opportunity to express myself.
Now, let me tell you
the air
another thing
hostess
that
never
you
believes
should
me.
learn. Here's some advice for you. Read the room. If you notice that everybody is, even me that I like problem, if I see that everybody is facing only me, the logical thing to do in that situation will be to try to manage the situation and do things that can de-escalate the situation. You have no legal right to show your phones. But if your phones were on, off, and you bring them out and say, my phone is off, what is the issue? That can help douse, and that, I believe, is what Belinda was saying. Is you see, if you are relying on your right, they'll carry you go to the office, go beat you. You can't come that if it's life, they talk your evidence. You understand? You are relying on your right. You like the lawyer here said, you're right. But you see, sometimes person they live right, they de-escalate situation. So as let me tell you, at the end of the day, with your right, no be night bus you enter.
Now one go will carry me from Benin go Lagos.
The night bus engine can't knock for road.
For
you don't even
Benin.
thank God. Say whether now you waited the night bus, now make the engine knock. You a villagers they follow. What if you dey inside the aeroplane, the engine of the plane knock?
Please.
You don't consider that one. Say whether
This
God
is not
916
funny. This is not sounding.
something they pursue
This
you.
is not sounding funny.
Brother.
I never come back. I never
aeroplane.
visit Nigeria for 6 years. I never visit
Person
Nigeria
where
for 6 years.
pursue.
I say make I come my mama burial.
Trumpeter. Person where they pursue.
Yes, boss.
No, they fly aeroplane. He go enter bus where they land. So if anything happen, go come down. If anything happen for up, one the problem go there. So only you enter bus, engine of the bus knock. You can't enter Korope. I'll be waiting with the thing where you enter. Can't enter Lagos for 2 a.m. So at the end of the day, yes, you had your legal right and you exercise your legal right. But look at what de-escalating could have done. Please, guys, hey, my phone is off. I turned my phone off. You need to understand that if Daddy Freeze was on the plane, Daddy Freeze knows that the plane cannot crash because of your phone. But the average Nigerian is unscholarly, uneducated, has no idea. The Nigerians believe that turbulence is probably caused by evil spirits. So in that situation, the best thing for you to have done would have been de-escalate the situation. Because there's something that you said that to me don't make any sense. You're wrong, go the door. That one for me, now put me aside. Now make me begin to ask you questions. Say, what concern when the plane can't read it, you can't run, go door. Say the passengers put pressure on you to the point where you run, go the door. If you talk that thing in court, you go worry everybody. My learned sister, how you see that part?
What wrong good though? It's here for you. You want run out.
Do you understand? Everybody say you switch off your phone. Is that you sit down and say, I switch off my phone, or I'm not going to talk to you people, or just keep. Which one we say you leave passengers pursue you reach door of plane? Then when the people now open the door, you now run back again. That place be like say it turn corner. It turn corner. Now somebody say people react to pressure differently. One of the things you need to do in life, and take it from me, my dear brother, is learn how to manage pressure. Learn it. Now, I will advise you, don't say anything anymore. You don't talk your own. Let's wait to hear from the airline. Because they will come with their own story. And we are very free and fair. We're a very free and fair page. We would like to hear from fan, and we would like to hear from the airline. So, as we are parting, I would like you to use your trumpet to play the national anthem as we go to bed.
Nigerian national anthem.
Yes.
Nigerian national anthem.
Be switching off your phone,
yes,
please, or be
Nigerian national
complying.
anthem. whether not the old one or the new one, at least I play one with your trumpet.
Okay, let me sing Nigerian national anthem. Sorry, my Bluetooth was misbehaving, but I'm hearing you very well. Nigerian national anthem. Thank you so much.
All right,
Wow.
thank you. And we look forward to you having
Thank you so
a
much.
fair hearing in this. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you,
Thank
too.
you so much. And my advice is, I don't know how this will work out, but maybe if you can play this for the judge, maybe that can help your case. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
God bless.
Good night.
Thank you all in the
Good
comment
night.
Good
section for
night.
not misbehaving. I didn't have to turn it off for too long.
Please,
Thank you.
Daddy, please
Thank
tell them
you,
when they follow me, I
Madam
beg
Hope.
go.
Eh?
Tell them when they follow me. At least make my page
Oh, yeah,
grow small.
make you follow our brother here, our content
The
creator,
Lost Trumpeter.
the Lord's trumpeter. Oh, yeah, follow
Yes.
him. Myself, I go follow you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to Ali Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Tom, you know they follow me. You want make I follow you? Are not well.
I dey
Yeah.
follow you, boss. I dey follow you. I dey follow you. I dey follow
The Lord's
you.
trumpeter said,
Sharply.
no, be you be that.
I dey follow you, boss.
How come? Okay.
I dey follow you,
Oh,
boss.
no, you know they follow me. Oh.
Boss, I dey follow you. I don't follow you since now. No be lie. Where my second phone?
Lord's trumpeter.
I dey follow you.
What's your name?
The Lord's Trumpeter.
The Lord's trumpeter
The
one.
Lord's
No.
Trumpeter. Yes, the Lord's Trumpeter one. The Lord's Trumpeter one. Yes. The
All
Lord's
right.
Trumpeter one.
All right. Good night. Madam Hope, thank you so much. Belinda,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. John, thank you so much. God bless you all. I'm coming back
Thank you,
later
boss.
tonight where we are going to gist about man and woman things that people like to gist about. Take care, everyone.
Daddy Freeze, please. Well, usually, what time is your live? What time is usually your live? Not the
Usually
late
we have
time.
a session in the evening and we have a session at midnight, in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no, not the midnight. The one before
Middle of the night.
midnight, which is
Which
like
time
this
in
one.
Nigerian time?
Nigerian time is 2:30, 3 o'clock.
2,
Because it's meant for
3 o'clock.
America and Canada people. Yes,
3
3 a.m.
a.m. That's 6 a.m.
Now
here.
Canada people get that one. Now Canada and America people get that one.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank
The
you.
usual one is in the evening. So we have the preaching services early in the morning, the gisting services, sorry, not services, the gisting sessions in the evening, and then America, Canada at 2:30 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So put on your notification
Okay.
button. Thank you
All
all so
right.
much.
Okay.
God bless you
Thank you. Thank you,
guys.
sir, for
All
following me. I
right.
really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank
You
you
are
so
most
much. I really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.